Here it comes from Fruget headquarters. The host would like to call it also Disaster Piece Theater. We bring you a new revamped version of Real Talk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our host of the show, Mark WYLD.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the first episode of Season 7 of Real Talk. I just flew in from whipping the ghoul's ass and my arms are tired. But seriously, we got a great show for you today. The Ripper is here, whatever that means. And we're going to be in the beautiful Fruget Arena with all of this nonsense. This is what Legend thinks of us. We got a great show for you today. We're going to do the rundown, everybody's favorite segment. We're going to talk about Proving Ground on April 29th. And let's get to it. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Real Talk, Season 7, Episode 1. We got a lot to talk about. It's time for everybody's favorite segment of the day. It's the rundown. So let's go over the news items we have here. A couple things from our last show, Reunion. Looks like Red Talc beat Silverback for the Freedom title. I don't, how do you lose to Red Talc? He's ridiculous. He wears a wig. No, it's a wig, for real. What? Yes, I know I lost to Red Talc. That was a different circumstance. Moving on. Looks like, Tyson Sport defeated the Ghoul, rightly so. Good job, Tyson Sport. We all know that, Ghoul is a turncoat who doesn't know who his friends are. And then, oh, right. I defeated Anarchy for the S.S.W. championship. That's on record. That's on video. I defeated Anarchy. And then, as usual, Legend got into my business, and he restarted the match, and somehow now Anarchy is still the S.S.W. champion. I don't, you know, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. And, you know, on that note, I know there's been a lot of questions about Mark WYLD, why did you do what you did? It's kind of echoing some years past. Mark WYLD, why did you make the choices that you made? The real question that needs to be asked that no one's asking is why did the Ghoul make the decisions that he made? I have questions for that. Obviously, we can't have the Ghoul on the show because he's, you know, in the hospital. Ghoul's in the hospital, probably being taken care of, and he'll probably never be heard from again. But if you want to know the minutia, the real deal, there's always a plan. I'll tell you all about it at Proving Ground on April 29th. So make sure you watch that video because you will get your dire questions answered, as it will. In other news, looks like we're going to have a new face in the form of Mike Grizzly's coming to S.S.W. It's been announced. So this is not a spoiler alert anymore, even though personally Mark WYLD knew. I always knew. I know these things well in advance because I've got my finger on the pulse. I knew that Mike Grizzly was coming, and he's going to come in and he's probably going to dominate. So maybe, just maybe, old Mike Grizzly be looking to have a little bit of an alliance with Mark WYLD. Who knows? I definitely could use some muscle to help me get what is rightfully mine, the S.S.W. championship. But that's besides the point. That's looking ahead too much. It's looking ahead too much. All right. Another new face that we got coming up for Proving Ground is the man called the Ripper. And as a special treat, the Ripper is here today. And we're gonna talk to him right after this.
Tired of sitting in the house doing absolutely nothing? Are you at home, tired of the same old hobby? Driving yourself crazy as you bang yourself against the wall? Or spinning around in a chair, not knowing what to do with your life? Well, quit being a clown, dummy, and join us at S.S.W. That's right, S.S.W, where you can be yourself, have fun, even do a little dance if you have to, and also, at the same time, pulverize your opponent. This is not just a squared circle, but this is also a brotherhood where we beat up each other, have great storylines, and also love to hang out. So join us today in S.S.W.
All right, next, let's go get to our special guest today so that I can get the hell out of here because Legend doesn't pay me enough. The Ripper's here. Ripper! That's your chair. That's for you. That's for you. Let's have a little conversation. First of all, welcome to Real Talks, first Real Talk of the season. We're now in S.S.W's 7th season, and you're one of our newest faces making your debut April 29th at Proving Ground. I believe sources have indicated that you'll be wrestling the Freedom Champion, the Red Talc. So you're actually going to get a title shot in your debut. Now that's got to feel great. How does that feel for you?
It feels great.
I'm glad to hear that. Do you need a lozenge? That's a fancy word for a cough drop. No? All right. Okay. Moving on. So we need to know more about the Ripper. Where do you hail from, Ripper? Don't say parts unknown. Nobody likes that.
A place that you'll never see.
Well, I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope. So Ripper's not from parts unknown. He's just from somewhere I'd never want to go, which is probably Texarkana. So the Ripper's from Texarkana, at my best guess. So you're gonna have this match. Can you tell us what are some of your former accolades? I understand you've worked elsewhere. You're not a new hand at this wrestling gig. You've got a handle on this thing. Tell me about some of your past accolades.
One of my past accolades that I could easily say is that you put me against anybody, and I mean anybody, and I will make sure that they know who I am, and I will put them to their limits, and I promise you that once I'm done with them, they may not want to face the Ripper again.
Great. So I think that concludes this episode of Real Talk. Thanks to the Ripper for coming out today. I'm going to get away from here as soon as I can because I'm pretty sure that I'm just gonna go. This has been Mark WYLD, episode 1, season 7 of Real Talk. We'll see you next time.